Hey guys, Artosis here, bringing you another race survival series. Mighty won game number 1 for Team Protoss in this week 1 series, and will remain as it is a King of the Hill format. Sacsri comes out for the Zergs. Of course, whoever wins here will go back to the Terran side and put somebody out to try to fight back. Now, the map is Eclipse. We actually have a lot of really cool Protoss vs. Zerg games here. It's kind of an interesting map for it. It's definitely doable for Protoss to get those additional gas bases. In fact, there's no mineral bases on Eclipse, which is kind of a nice thing for this matchup, right? Like, Protoss really can get gas-starved occasionally on some of these maps where the third gas is further away. But that's kind of a nice thing about it, a little bit smaller as well. We'll see how it goes down. Of course, Sacsri is a really accomplished Zerg. Definitely much more accomplished than Mighty, so I would give him the edge here. But, again, Mighty is, like, really coming up strongly right now. He is someone that everyone's got their eye on. So, who knows? Maybe now is his time, and he's going to start to show it here. All right, so it looks like it is going to be a gateway expansion. Probe going out immediately after the gate. Let's take a look over at Sacsri's side. Looks like he's going to be going for a hatchery first build. So definitely some pressure going to be thrown out against that. Drone coming down. Should be able to get that hatchery up, I think, just before the probe gets there, which, of course, is very fortuitous for him. You don't want that probe blocking. That'd be so annoying. Probe comes up, sees the hatchery, and, of course, the Overlord seeing the probe come up. The drone comes to meet it, just in case it's like a cannon rush or something. You want to stay on top of this probe. The probe kind of microing frantically. That first Zealot is on the way. Second pylon coming up. We'll see how many Zealots he ends up making, how much pressure he wants to put on. Spawning pool has been started here as well. You got to be careful. You don't really want to lose any hull damage here. I mean, it's great to cause a little bit of lost mine time because your probe has to be over here anyways. So anything you can do to be a nuisance with the probe is very, very useful. Something that you do want to do. But if you end up taking a bunch of damage on the probe or something and it dies more quickly, that can end up costing you the game. It's really important to keep your probe alive, keep it around, so that you can scout for things like all-ins. Now, this is a cool moment because you see Sacsri wants to make his third hatchery at this third base location right here, but Mighty knows the timing of that, so he stays right in front of the drone, blocks the ramp, and of course, you know, he can do things like block that hatchery. So this is very, very annoying. Now, Sacsri tries to go back up. He knows the probe wants to go join up with the Zealot, so he will take that opportunity to throw down the hatchery. Now, the Zealot goes into the main base here, and Sacsri going to be trying to drill here. 11 drones in total. Oh, some very nice drilling there. Let's see if he actually can kill any drones. It looks like so far, no. Oh, he ends up getting one. The probe helping with that little bit of extra damage as well. So he kills one drone, causes some lost mining time, and of course we have quite a few Zerglings out right now as well. Now, Mighty never actually sent a second Zealot. He's made more Zealots, but they are staying at home. Gas is on the way. The Nexus is over halfway done. So you know what? Like, it seems like he's fine. Let's see. Is it going to be a Forge? Yep, the Forge going to be coming up before that Cybernetics Core. It's funny that that is a big question nowadays, but yeah, that it is. Thank you, Mini, for kind of creating that situation for us. But looking at this right now, wow, this is a lot of Zerglings. Okay, this looks a little bit all in from Sacsri if we zoom out. Look at this. Okay, so we have 7 there and another 8. So we have 15 Zerglings heading down, 1 staying after the probe. As the probe goes towards the natural and sees no drones, that should be kind of a giveaway as to what's happening. Now, here we go. 4 Zealots at home. I think Mighty is just fine. He's not going to die to this. Pulls back into his choke. And, of course, he just needs this cannon to finish. He's already fought the Zerglings for a little bit, so it's hard for them to kill the gateway before the cannon finishes up. Oh! The actual surround right there, a little bit sloppy from Mighty. Uh-oh. Probes being pulled. These Zealots actually so low. I'm surprised he doesn't jump on them just a little bit more. Another Zealot pops out, and the cannon does end up finishing. All right, so Mighty with the hold there. Now look at the situation for Sacsri. This is a little bit rough. He doesn't have many drones. He has 15 drones right now. He is making a Hydralisk Den, so it looks like it's going to be an all-in. I believe he did end up yeah, his speed upgrade is almost done. So he has those speedlings as well. But this goes back to losing that probe that I was talking about before. Because there's no probe on the map, Mighty just doesn't know. He doesn't know that this is going to be a Hydra bust, right? Hydraless speed on the way. Sacsri trying to make enough drones to actually support this push that's going to be coming. See 7 here, 9 here, and 3 here. The 973, man. It looks like he's adding a few more drones as well. So going a little bit higher econ than that. But look, this is already a very hurt gateway. Are we going to see... Oh, the Zealots come out. Now, he's trying to get information with these Zealots. This is the point of this. He doesn't think like, wow, I'm going to walk across the map and kill him with 4 Zealots. No, that's not going to occur. But if he walks these across, he is going to see what is being made. Either you have to make a bunch more lings to deal with it, or you're going to have like a Sim City at home to help deal with it, like maybe a sunken colony. Or you walk across the map and you see Hydralisks. So these Zealots going up quickly towards this 3rd base location. More lings are being hatched there. So he hasn't shown yet. Now, quite a few speedlings. I think he has enough to deal with these Zealots without too much problem. Notice he is holding the ramp with a couple while the others go up to fight. The very red Zealots, they do get cleaned up. And here come the speed Hydras going across the map. Now, let's take a look at Mighty's base. 2 more gateways. He has a Citadel up. The first Corsair is going to be coming up. A little bit over halfway done with that +1 attack. And now he sees Hydras. Okay, this is a lot of information right now. Can he get enough cannons up, though? Another cannon is on the way. He does have a couple Zealots here to help out a little bit. The Hydra's going to come down immediately and start working on this gateway. This is going to be picked off very, very quickly indeed. And here comes the rest of the units for Sacsri. Is he going to be able to bust? This is going to be on 4 cannons very shortly. Of course, the Corsair going across finds another hatchery, sees more and more Hydras being hatched. I don't know if he can end up holding this, man. Look at this. The Zerglings get on top of this cannon, and they will be able to pick it off. Look at that, just so quickly picking it off. But some more cannons finishing up. Okay, he's got 2 cannons, 2 Zealots here. He didn't even pull his probes. This kind of shows the level of Mighty, I think, where he is looking at these very difficult, very scary situations and saying, I don't need to pull probes yet. If you have to pull your probes, like, that's a big decision. You lose a ton of mining time, you lose probes and things like that. But he has stayed calm, cool, and collected. His +1 finishes before the Forge even gets picked off. Dude, Mighty is... I'm getting chills right now. Like, he is legitimately so strong. Now, the Corsair is still flying around, getting some scouting. He's going to see another hatchery over here. A layer has been started in the natural, so just something to keep in mind that that tech is going to increase, whether it's going to be into lurkers, just speed overlords, or perhaps a spire coming up. Templar Archives for Mighty. Also has that second gas, of course, mining quite a bit, and he has a big gas bank. The Forge has been remade in the main base for that +1 armor. Another gateway, another pylon going down. And look at that worker difference. 46 probes against 25 drones. That's I mean, that's a pretty big difference, right? Sacsri is making Hydras right now as well, so he still wants to battle. And I think he's right to kind of want that. It seems really difficult for him to just make drones and then somehow win this game because Mighty is powering up really heavily right now. He does have Psystorm on the way. As more Hydras come down, the Zealots do have to turn around. They go back to the cannons. 2 more cannons are being warped in right now. So Mighty is still playing it pretty safe. The 4 cannons not enough. He's going up to 6. 4 High Templars are being produced out of those main gateways. And of course, as he gets 4 storms, that's going to be really ridiculously hard to try to break through. We'll see when he adds those additional gates as well. Just keeping that production going. Here comes another gate right now. The Corsair going back for another scout. Very low on health. You got to be careful about that. I love that he just keeps checking too. I think what he's looking for right now is, first off, what's coming out of eggs. Is it more Hydras? Is it drones? And is there a spire? Those are kind of the big things that you are looking for. Of course, no spire we see yet. Sacsri with a ridiculous amount of Hydras. And here we go. He is going to just attack in. The Zealots charge forward here. Probes now being pulled. You can see that Mighty is a bit more nervous. There's so many cannons, though, dealing a ton of damage. The Zealot's actually doing a lot of tanking here, and Storm comes down. The Storm is just going to break the back of this Hydralisk push. Looks like that Corsair flew back. Probably didn't realize that it was on its way back, but gets picked off. Some drones even rallying down. So we now see that it has been switched into a droning mode here for Sacsri. He's throwing down a Spira as well, so maybe going to rely upon Mutalisks to keep him alive against the first Zealot High Templar push. In the meantime, look at this. A shuttle is on the way, as well as some Dark Templars. So, could it be a Storm Drop? It might be something like a DT, a High Templar, and a Zealot walk into a shuttle. Yeah. That's not an uncommon thing to see, where you're just like, okay, I'm going to storm one line, send a DT somewhere, and the Zealot's going to tank. We'll see what he's going to do with that momentarily. We are going up to 8 gateways right now for Mighty, which is full to base production. A lot of speed Zealots coming across the map. They do have 1-1 upgrades. The High Templars following oh so slowly behind. Lots of Hydralisks up here right now, but not really enough to deal with this, I think. This is going to be a little bit tough for Sacsri. Now, they are very microable, but the Zealots go back, get with these High Templars, and yeah, he loaded a couple up in a shuttle. This could be a deadly Storm Drop coming in. Now, let's see. This attack does move forward. The High Templars coming up. Let's see what these storms look like. A very quality storm on the left, and he's trying to do a Storm Drop during this. So while he's not winning that main battle, oh my god, the double storm here at the natural. 9 drone kills. 9! It's crazy. Another 3 or 4 there. So that is a huge amount of the economy killed off with a couple of High Templars. He did end up losing the shuttle, unfortunately. Ended up losing a lot of the Zealots that were kind of like the distracting force, but saves the other 2 High Templars. So I think it was still reasonable. In the meantime, this is awesome. He's actually getting Maelstrom right now. So Maelstrom just finished. He's got a Dark Archon, and I mean, some people might actually not even know what this does, but Maelstrom basically freezes biological units. So this is a sneaky way to kill off Mutalisks. If they come in with a group of Mutalisks to try to pick High Templars and you Maelstrom it, then you just kill it. It just freezes them there. You can Psy Storm them. They can't attack when it's up. You can let your goons kill them. It's whatever. It's a super powerful spell. Obviously, a Dark Archon is pretty expensive, so we don't see it that often, but I love the style. Look, 11 mutas on the way, so this Dark Archon going to be very useful. You know, he's probably trying to hide it. Notice how he keeps it back from the army when he's fighting the Hydras. Sacsri may have seen it. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure if Mighty is entirely sure, but if they don't know and the first time they see the Dark Archon is when they fly in with the mutas, they'll probably lose the game. It's that powerful. We are going to see that for sure. Now, look, 11 mutas coming down. That is a full group. And here we go. The mutas. There they are. There they are. Here comes the Dark Archon. He's looking for it. Oh, and there he goes. He gets most of them. Only 2 are not gotten. And there's the Psy Storm. And, oh my god, there you go. The second Psy Storm goes down, and he kills off every muta. That's 11 mutas. That's 1,100 minerals and 1,100 gas gone from 3 spells. Just crazy value out of Mighty, who is taking his 3rd base. His gas base, of course, as mentioned previously. +2 armor is on the way, and in fact, almost done. Sacsri has taken the top left, which is a double gas base. Kind of interesting that he decided to take that instead of this. I normally see Zergs take that as the 4th. Now, let's take a look at this spread. Dude, no, this army for Mighty is too strong. He has got a lot of Dragoons in here. He doesn't have another Maelstrom yet. It costs 100 mana, but he'll have it pretty soon. He has a lot of Psy Storms as well. Look at that. Nice Psy Storm goes down. Another beautiful one. And this just does not look like this is holdable for Sacsri. I think he's just about dead. His aggression has not paid off for him. Mighty's defense entirely too strong, and it looks like he is going to be picking up another map win for Team Protoss, and over, you know, probably, honestly, the best player in this survival series. So that's pretty darn impressive. Sacsri is a beast. So GG, Mighty wins game 2.